So we join back in with our adventurers for part two. After last part, the group had decided to send Ichi to finish the race, while the other three, Dante, Eleni, and Volu, headed down back into the crevasse to help with whatever was going on. Upon arriving, they found Xorn attacking the vehicles and the riders fighting back. But on a quick thinking from Dante and talking some garbled primordial to the creatures, discovered that they're actually trying to run. And we ended the part as what they're running from has become more apparent. A large red and green crystal golem with half of its right side covered in corrupted pustules and boils, and almost forming it's a mix. It's almost like a weird amorphous form of like crystal that now moves like liquid. As it rushes forwards, it is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I think the most impressive thing about it is that it's found a hula hoop that would fit it.
Yeah. That was just sort of token wise. You would see as it starts to move, the whole form becomes liquid and it weaves in and out of the stalagmites as it rushes forwards. As it goes, this grinding of rock and crystal sounds. And as it emerges, it screeches out. And Dante, you would see first the soft red glow from the hole as a figure, and then another, and then another.
Where, sorry?
Oh shit! In the black hole.
Emerges from out of the hole.
Oh, wonderful.
Great.
Humanoid in look, but if you can imagine, I don't know for those if you haven't seen it, maybe a quick Google of the clickers from The Last of Us. Take a moment to have a quick look, but essentially humanoid in form, but covered in these pustules from head to toe, almost morphing their physicality, larger skulls swelling with the pressure of some of the blisters and boils, dressed in a variety of different clothing. Dante, give me a perception as you are the closest to pick out. And they are stumbling as they almost fall through the hole and begin stumbling.
17.
Okay, so Dante, you pick out 2 or 3 of them are wearing like very dirty and bloody, but like lab coats. 2 of them, they seem smaller and they're wearing commoners' clothes. And they just almost mindlessly fall out of the hole and start like walking forwards with no real aim. They just sort of amble over the car and amble in different directions. But they seem to be following the noise. As we come round to Dante. Tabitha immediately is just like, what the fuck is this? Shit. Okay, fuck, like weave through the spell book, like, I don't know what to do. Dante, what are you doing?
I've got absolutely nothing there at this distance that can do shit. So I am going to. If I move from where I am, does that break my stealth?
No, not so.
Cool. And I am. And in the stalactites, how is it is it like difficult terrain or?
No, there is enough space in between that you can weave in and out. It is as it's shown. So if you imagine if you tried to step through this area right here, that might be difficult terrain. But if you're moving in between the rocks.
Oh, I am going to move down 40 feet, so that's my movement and action. I'm moving away to a Lenny. Well, actually, I don't know a Lenny's there, do I? Because she's invisible. Yep. Well, I'm going to go to where either I last saw her or just because that's a collection of rocks. And I'm going to duck down, still try to be as hidden as I can and have cover.
Okay, I'll say stealth still holds to everyone else, but Lenny will hear you like drop into place behind those rocks. You would see the earth disturbance as the zones just keep barreling southwards as we so this guy, you see that this guy sort of pauses and he's holding and aiming at the thing, like he looks very fucking confused. And I would say that for Dante, you can't hear him, but he's definitely like shouting over his shoulder that you imagine maybe last line of defense while they do something, that there's something happening over in that corner. As we come to Eleni.
Oh, okay. So big dude's definitely intelligent and is going after those riders. Drive, aren't they? Isn't he? And these other guys look a bit more not with it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I would say top of the round, you become visible. So Dante,
yes,
obviously,
I
you
do.
know she's there as she appears.
Yeah. Okay.
I am not jumped.
You're like, oh, hi. Okay, right. First of all, I'm going to move. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's sort of there. Which hopefully puts me within 150 feet of the big dude. Okay. And then, so my longbow's still fiery, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try shooting it. Let's see what happens.
Dante regrets choosing this position.
Well, I've moved a little
Story
bit.
of Dante's life.
Yeah. So 19.
19 definitely hits as you load up, fire at the creature.
So that's 10 piercing and 2 fire.
Anything additional on this one?
He's definitely large, isn't he? He's not like the others that were medium but pretending to be
No,
large.
these are this is large, almost 15, 16 foot tall.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna send the swarm out to try and move him. So it's a strength saving throw. And this
Okay,
might be
so
stupid, but I'm just testing to see.
no, and it's worth testing. First of all, as you shoot the arrow, it soars to its point and it hits, and you see your arrow snaps. It just off its plate. The fire damage hits through, as that seems to, but the arrow just broke off it.
I'm just gonna sort of not even looking at Dante, but just go, do you see that?
And as your swarm it and grab a hold of it, you see like almost as if the swarm has hold of a little piece of a big bit of jelly, and it just stretches out and then snaps into place. You would get the impression it doesn't look like it can be moved against its will.
Damn. Okay. In which case,
It's almost, it just turns into liquid where it was being pulled upon.
I've not got that
But
many
it
spells left.
but it does get hurt by fire.
Yes.
It did get hurt by the fire.
Okay.
Which, though I'm the one that created it, don't have any of it.
I'm just looking to see what I've got.
I've got some fire.
So again, right, I'm going to try shoot another smoke bomb.
Okay. So you quickly attach smoke bomb.
Yeah, and I'm aiming it, Liam.
Oh no, I don't.
Is that 160, 150, 150? I'm aiming it right in front of him. So not at him, in front of him. I'm trying to give these guys chance to maybe hide, get away.
Okay. Roll me a shot.
Oh,
Oh, smeg.
oh.
Roll me a D100, please. As that is a natural one.
90.
What is 90 on the chart?
I don't know, and I wasn't even aiming at him though.
I know. It was really, it wasn't that high. But the moment the stress is getting to you.
Hang on a sec. Sorry, I should have opened it beforehand.
To let you know it's going to be the riders and Volley. 0 for coming up.
Okay. On the next move, basically, I have failed to disguise what I'm doing, and I've got -2 to my AC against the next attack.
Okay, what I'm going to say then is as you pull up and loose, your backpack and stuff gets caught on one of the stalagmites, and you're just sort of like having to free yourself for the moment. It
Okay.
won't be an action or anything to free yourself, but that is why you're sort of open to and
Yeah.
not ready for attack.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else from Eleni?
That's move. That's 2 shots. Don't think I've got anything bonus wise that I can do. I could go invisible again. No, I'm going to leave it.
Okay. Okay, as these creatures emerge right behind them, the rider of the wave riders is more conscious and with it and is shitting a brick and starts grabbing hold of the dazed and shocked rider, the gnome, and starts trying to drag them. You can see that it is affecting their speed, but they sort of get over towards the water. They're sort of, instead of running down, that would put them back in view of the smoke. They're trying to stay. Well, true. Your smoke's nowhere near, so actually, no, they would run straight down.
Yeah.
So they're gonna pull in that way, almost trying to just get further away as far as they can. Tabitha. Tabitha is going to start backing up towards you guys a little bit. And she also kind of saw, so you see that she starts casting a spell, and as she's casting, she like ripples lightning through it. You would recognize it's fairly low level, a chromatic orb, as she fires that forward. It punches into the side, and you would see it that definitely as it rocks to the side. And she's like, "Over here, you big shit!" And she's just like firing and backing away. So sorry, that was okay. After which volley, the other ones at the back, sorry, they completely disappear. They are gone. The ones that were driving, they continue
right.
on, and
Sorry.
you can see they're now making their way up the.
Okay, I'm gonna move closer to. Well, I actually don't know he's there, do I? I don't know Eleni's there either. So
No, I'm now visible, so you might be
Yeah,
able
so
to see me.
I'd say that Dante, again, it's sort of weird because Dante's not really trying to hide from you. So the most of the cover that they're put, Dante's worried about being covered from the thing, right? So I imagine that as you get closer, you would see the back of Dante, and you would be able to see Eleni up ahead.
yeah, and then I am gonna. So after having seen that go, like, oh boy, and try and cure myself a little bit.
Okay,
Give myself 8 hit points back.
nice. Anything else from yourself?
I'll kind of like bring my coat a little bit bigger to try and blend in with the the stalagmites a bit more.
Okay. As we come to Ichi, another 90 down. Anything else that you're doing as you're just getting closer and closer to the...
I get keeping, even though I rolled well and saw like the familiar and everything, I'm still keeping my head on a swivel. I'm watching out for any interference, not necessarily to the race, but to like the passers-by as well. Like, because all it takes is for one of those little things to pop up in the crowd, and that's chaos, and then suddenly I'm running over people.
Yeah. What I will say, so you don't see anything like that as you're coming down the stretch, but what you do see, you sort of see a few of remember there was the guards with the clerics on horseback?
Mhm.
A few of them take off, like 2 or 3 of them just take off up the track.
Okay.
As you are, and as you sort of coming down, you're imagining that even they're not really. And as you're hearing this, the guy shouting to the audience is purely talking about you and your track down the race, and the whole way they were talking about the explosion, but they're not talking about like, oh, that guy's really, really injured and being seen to by the clerics. You know what I mean? Like, once you've seen the car go down, they're almost just like, move on.
Yeah.
But there is movement and reaction that you don't. That movement isn't indicative of just like everyone's about to finish the race. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you would gather from this position that they know something is up, but they're also not moving out in mass, if that makes sense.
Okay. Reassuring that people are starting to respond, though.
As we come to the top of the round and the golems go. So you would see that it was like definitely like looking and veering towards the 2 that are like running away. And what it will do, however, Tabitha definitely got its attention. Okay, so you would see it again. It looks, and as much as like, it's hard for stones and gems to look angry, but almost all the purple and red in it pulses and flashes and starts to like beat faster as it looks towards Tabitha after being hit. But it's almost stretches out a hand and screeches in at her as you see the stumbling figures' heads all snap in that direction. Before it points its almost liquidy arm over towards the back of the group that are running, and you see the end of it solidify for a second and fire off.
So sorry, Liam.
Okay.
It shot a part of its own arm at
So the very, very tip of its like tentacle that was like liquid solidified, and then it just fired it off
towards the riders.
Towards the riders that are running. You see it hits the rider of the desert hopper, the gnome in the back, and it pierces through, but almost like as it hits, you see it like almost splatter. It's almost like it against them, and they just drop and go down. You can see the guys like, fuck it, no man, come on, wake up, fucking move, and they're like trying to pull them. You would see that it's not their turn, but they're reaching for potions on their belt. You know, they're just trying to like they're maybe trying to heal them or something, or some other thing, and it will then, after firing at them, move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 this way. As again, it almost shifts into liquid and through the stalagmites. As these guys react, they all heads snap in Tabitha's direction before they just start sprinting, moving from that slow stumble into a full sprint. They only seem to move 25, but they almost bonus action as they move a full 75 towards her. So he can make it. He can make it. I don't think he can. Just. You see the first three just swarm her, but they have used all actions to get there. But they almost just barrel into her full force, like trying to knock her off her feet, while the other two are incoming, but not quite there. As we come to Dante. You muted, sorry, buddy.
Everybody's always so far away. Yeah. But generally,
You need a feasible ranged attack, buddy.
I mean, I've got bow and arrow. Fine. I will move 30 feet in that direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Does that move?
It did move a little bit.
Okay. I think that was 30. I may have miscounted.
You were here. One more.
Okay. I'd rather still be in a stalactite kind of area.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Actually, to be fair, I'm going to go back one just because
Okay.
it's near a stalactite. And I've got a longbow, so I'm assuming I get advantage because.
You are stealth.
Yep. Look at me roguing it up. And
I mean, that'd be a nice little stack, though. The blood hunter bonuses with a sneak attack as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair,
Liam's there like, oh no.
that was a
It works.
conversation that we've already had.
We have had, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot at the one left of Tabitha.
Okay.
Well, that flubbing missed. I'm assuming. Well, okay, so yeah, 15.
No, 15 hits.
Okay.
The arrows. These guys are, like I said, commoner clothes. They are not wearing any form of armor, and the arrows sinks into almost popping pustules and blisters as it hits them.
Okay, so that is 8 points of damage.
Okay, 8 points of damage. Okay, you see it like rocks to the side, but still just trying to dig in.
I'm going to fire another arrow at the same one. Obviously,
Okay.
this I know is just straight. And oh fuck, well, yeah, 14. I've literally rolled 6, 7, now a 6.
14 hits.
At that time, 7 points of damage.
Okay,
With a
you see
D8, I've rolled a 2 and a 3.
the first arrow hits it and rocks it, and as it comes back up again, the second arrow thunks into it and it drops down and back.
And for that last 5 feet of movement that I had, I'm just ducking, getting cover again.
Okay.
Like
it thuds down into the water and seems to stop moving. As we come to, so the zone now completely disappear. You can still almost hear the rumbling, but there's no disturbance of earth visible anymore. Okay.
I see. You intentionally went next to Eleni, though.
You see that this guy here sort of steps forward 10, throws. Oh, nice throw! Throws like a black ball towards the weird gem creature, and there's a explosion as it. And again, almost turning and pulsing angrily, again, seeming to take damage from that.
I was meant to actually say there's something I wanted to do with my bonus, but it's a really simple thing. I wanted to neck a potion.
Yeah, I love that.
Cheers. What is that again? Is it 2d4 plus 4?
2d4 plus 2.
2. Okay. And then after throwing that bomb there, 5, 10, 15, 20 back, as you see, they almost like threw that and then started sprinting away. As we come to Ailani.
Okay. Okay. So these guys are swarming Tabitha. You know the gunpowder keg. How heavy is it? How far would I be able to throw it?
Gunpowder keg is 20 pounds. So I'd
Quite
say that
heavy.
it's probably going to be a normal, like if you were,
Yeah.
like it's going to be a roll and it's not going to be incredibly far, 20-foot max.
Okay. So, can I just check with you how Zephyr Strike works in terms of movement? So it basically says I won't get opportunity attacks. I can give myself advantage on a weapon roll attack, on a weapon attack.
You have to
It does extra
use the attack
damage.
before you get the movement.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
It
Should
says
do check the word
weapon
on that.
attack, so that doesn't mean that could be ranged, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get an extra 30 feet on my walking speed.
Yep.
So does that mean if I did, it'd bump up to 60, which means I could move an action and do 120, something like that?
No, because so you have to
I've got
again.
to
Let
use an
me
action for
the attack, and let me do check that. But I think it does need to
because
be
it says till
attack
the end of that
first.
turn. Okay.
Yeah. So if you had bonus, it goes very well with monk, for example.
Yeah, I
It
know.
just so if you had
And the
bonus
speed
action
increases
movement,
even if I miss, doesn't it?
yes.
I don't think I'm close enough though. That's the problem. Okay, all right, never mind. I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to here.
Okay, as you get up close, actually your passive is close, good enough. As you get up close, you see that the one that's now lying in the stream is wearing like a lab coat. Definitely is. It's like spilled out. There's almost like pencils and stuff that are falling out the pockets as they're now fully splayed out. The other two, so the three that were in the front were the lab coaty ones.
Mm-hmm.
The two that are behind, all of a sudden you get like a familiarity with them, and you recognize two of the skateboarding street kids.
Oh shit!
Through the infection and the coverings. Just there, you can see the face that's underneath through the pained look, but you recognize clearly the.
Oh shit!
Gonna say Joe.
Damn.
So quite a few people that day that you interacted with, Joe.
Yeah. Okay. Don't like this. Okay. So I have 2 attacks. I can use one of those attacks just to throw something, can't I?
Yeah.
I'm just bothered by Tabitha being in the way. And I can throw 20 feet.
Yeah.
Sorry, oh damn, I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, that was
Yeah,
wrong.
throw into there.
I meant to do a ruler and and it didn't do it.
You've just
I was
disappeared.
I know I was there.
She's got invisible.
I've got
It's okay.
invisible.
But yeah, you can
So,
make
yeah.
me. It works. So it's improvised, so it'll just be a dex check. It'll be an unproficient attack.
Because I suppose what I'm wondering is, we're gonna have to kill him anyway, right? But
They're already
want,
dead.
I know. I want to throw some caltrops or something to slow them down. And I'm going to shout to Tabitha that I'm doing that. So hopefully she's got more brains than they do and she can maybe try and dodge around them. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I want to sort of throw caltrops into that area that you were just sort of in there. And that'll be my first attack, sort of into there.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's just like a 5 foot.
Yeah. You throw. Give me an attack roll just in case it goes. It's not a crazy high AC, but just in case it goes crazy wild.
Okay, so it's just a straight dex.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you throw it out, the bag sort of scatters and the caltrops, they don't go quite as wide as they might do on like stone, but in the dirt they sort of scatter and roll, move around.
Okay.
Tabitha sort of sees and gives you a nod as, again, they're looking to back up further.
Yeah, I'm just going to sort of do that. This is where the caltrops are, around there. And then, then I would pull out the bow and I would shoot the one right next to her if it looks like it's attacking her.
Okay, no worries.
So that's a 14.
14 hits.
Excellent. So that's 4 piercing and 3 fire.
Okay, as the arrow hits, it thunks into them. The fire, you see the fire does more. It's almost like they're flammable. As it hits them and the fire seems to spread and burns, but then immediately fades out. And as the fire flames fade away, the boils and pustules have faded. And for a second, you see the face of a human man, maybe in their 30s, who's just like, where am I? It hurts so much. It hurts. And then the contagion spreads over them and they start attacking outwards again.
Shit. Cure him by burning him to death. Bloody hell. This is sounding very Spanish Inquisition to me, Liam. If we burn you and you die, that means you were completely innocent.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Yes, they do.
Dun,
Everyone
dun,
expects the Spanish
dun.
Inquisition. They send you a letter. They send a letter saying we're coming. It's the most.
Nobody.
Oh god.
Okay.
After that,
Anything
Liam,
else from Rani?
I have a bonus. I'm gonna go invisible again.
Okay. So Tabitha is going to once again extend both hands and thunderwave outwards towards the creatures that are bearing down on her. I believe she can get 3 of them.
15 foot, isn't it?
15-foot square.
So yeah, maybe those 3 to the left.
Oh, I don't like these.
She's on the corner of it though.
Snap to the corner. No, why are you doing that? Why? It's not going to work. It's not going to do it for me, is it?
What are you trying to do?
Cover them in a they'll
corner.
There you go, like that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Okay, so 3. Jesus. Okay. A 9 natural on the dice, 19, nat 20, and 17. As the thunder wave ripples over them, the one you can drop the square now. The one that was hit by your arrow, Eleni,
Yeah.
is thrown back, seemingly killed by even the half damage. The other two are not pushed back, and the damage just seems to wash over them as they're still coming in. Tabitha is going to try and step back, but the creature is going to try an attack of opportunity. Oh, and that one. Woo!
D100.
Yeah, D100.
An 8.
An 8. An 8 is
All the enemies at once.
so hang on, he failed, didn't he?
Yes.
So basically, right, hang on a minute. He failed to dodge her thunder wave?
No, he failed to attack her.
He failed to attack her. Okay. So basically, he overreaches past her and attacks an ally within 5 feet of him or the target.
Okay, unfortunately, so he ends up swiping and just clattering against the body of his falling friend as they move forwards, and Tabitha does manage to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I would whisper to her as she's coming closer. I would say, "I'm here. Don't worry."
So what the fuck do we do? We gotta outrun it.
I don't know. Let's just stay quiet for now. We need to get rid of these things.
Okay, these two. So the guy leans down, feeds his friend a potion, who seems to awaken, like, and then pulls them to his feet and continues trying to 5, 10, 15, 20 away as they're just trying to get further away from the creature as we come to Volu.
Okay, I'm gonna move an action move next to Dante, and then I'm gonna see that Tabitha's there and use telepathy saying, "Fire, use your fire."
As you're saying that, she's like, lightning worked as well. Any elemental things? I still don't know if it looked that phased though. And what about these things? As she's saying that though, anything else from Volu?
No.
Ichi. As we're coming up to the turn, you start to make the turn, and I am going to need a non-proficient dex from you this time. As the turn sort of curves, you almost come into a tight turn before bringing it back on as it sort of ends sharply. You're only about 20 foot above the ground here now.
Cool.
It is like coming down into like almost level with the main road.
Same as last time, 12.
Okay, and again, you almost scrape the edge of a roof, knocking off some tiles and that scatter as you zoom past. You see some people below, like, as actually there's people in the windows that again, the people can't necessarily see the track, but as you're coming down, you can see on the road they've almost like dotted out the track where you'll be able to see people coming in from, and there are just people all along it looking up at the vehicle, kids trying to run underneath it. As anything else from yourself, you don't see anything else weird. You are about 2/3 of the way through the track. Okay.
Can we say this is the second time that we've been in a massive battle and each has just been in a cloud coach driving away?
All he needs now is a little cocktail and some background music.
Ichi leans underneath where there's the secret compartment that he whispered to the guy who made the thing of being like, hey, can one of our modifications just be a little icebox? Pulls out a pina colada. They're fine. Nothing's going wrong.
As we come to the golem. So the golem, as angry as he is at... Wait, which one's actually closer? 40. Exactly the same.
Perfect triangle.
So they rush forward again, just almost merging with bits of the car as they just run straight through it. And they just, as they reach up, they just whelm over the creatures as they attempt to. Okay. You see that as the creature touches them, both of them start like, shit. The Wayfinder driver that was still up and standing of their own volition lets go and almost falls back, dodging the majority of the body as the creature just subsumes the gnome driver, falling to just silence as the three corrupted creatures that are left are going to move in. Oh, not so.
Are they going to have to? Is he going to have to do a dex save or something on the ball bearings, Liam, or the calcon?
So
or
no,
whatever?
he's just not going to, and he's just going to take the damage. They're not paying attention to shit like that. They will just run straight through, and so that front one will. The other two probably won't go through it because they are straight lining Tabitha.
So they take. It reduces his walking speed. So hang on.
Okay.
So it says they must
It
succeed an
won't stop
DC
him getting
15 dex save or stop moving this turn and take 1 piercing damage.
Oh, okay. So it
And
stops them if it.
yeah,
Okay.
and
Let me deck save them.
yeah, and then taking the damage reduces his walking speed by 10 feet.
Only a 12.
No, they needed a 15. So he only
Okay, yeah,
takes
so
1
he will.
damage, but he loses 10 feet of movement.
Okay, so if they lose 10 feet, it won't stop him getting there, but it will mean he has to use his bonus action to move up. But they
Okay.
do just all sprint up, and you can see, and Eleni, this is a weird perspective, as you're like invisible. They're not even like looking at you, but you can up close see as they're just mauling and attacking.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like they're like scratching or clawing or biting. They're just trying to get like hands to. And trying to like place their hands on her arms and on her body and on her legs. And as they're reaching out, 1, 2 of them manage to grab hold of her while she shrugs off the other one quickly before it can get a proper grasp. And you would see down through the pustules and veins, there's almost this pulsing black and red glow that moves down their arm. And Eleni, you can see red, purple veins streak up the areas of Tabitha's body where they've gripped hold of, and she cries out in pain as almost like, and as they take their hands away, there is the beginnings of that red, purpley rash that you saw on Joe. That is them, and we come to Dante.
Got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
My hybrid form. It says you can apply your Crimson Strike to your unarmed strikes. Does that mean that I would have to summon it again for that?
No, as part of. Unless it says you have to. What does it? What's the wording?
You can apply your Crimson Rights to your unarmed strikes, which is treated as one weapon. You can choose to
use... you would have to reapply.
Okay.
Yeah, it just means you're... It just means... Well, can you not reactivate it?
Nope.
Are you out of activations?
I'm only at least at this level, I'm only allowed to do it once. As a bonus action, you can activate any right you know on a weapon you're holding. A weapon that can hold only one active right at a time. When activated, D6, it says necrotic, but obviously that's changed because of the path I went down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's necrotic damage to me. Sorry. And while your right is active, attacks made with this weapon deal an additional D6 of damage of type determined by the chosen right. Right lasts until you finish a short or long rest, and other creatures cannot gain benefit of your right.
Yeah, so that's unfortunately, obviously, we inspiration to give other people the benefit of it, but.
Yeah, so and to be fair, there's not even like a tick box, so I'm wondering if it's only just straight up, it's on for a day and then it's off Well,
No, you can reactivate your Crimson Right as much as you like. You just deal damage to yourself. So if you hurt yourself,
I thought that. Let me just check that
you
for
can
sure.
you can reactivate just by causing harm.
Oh,
You can do that as much as you like. It's just that whole thing of like if
I
you
thought so
fall
as well.
unconscious, there's a big risk of you getting up and doing enough damage to yourself to knock yourself out again.
So why does it say that it lasts until a short rest?
Yeah,
Just because it's
Because
that
it
like
lasts
rest.
until
Yeah,
well,
that was my confusion. I think.
but also it doesn't say you get a number of them a day.
No.
No, it doesn't. That was why
because you sacrifice a part of your like own body to cause it. It keeps it in balance rather than like a barbarian rage, which has a limited amount of times because you're giving something.
Yeah, because the thing that made me think it is because Mollymock used to do it on 2 different weapons.
Yeah,
You would activate one right on one weapon and one right on the other.
On the other, yeah.
Oh,
And all it says is you choose more rights as you level up. It doesn't say you gain more uses. So yeah, I think that obviously, Chris, for your knowledge, it would drop on everyone else's because it's a new activation that isn't inspired.
okay.
But I would allow you to. Well, it's not that I would allow you. It's the rules you can.
As long as it's
Yeah,
not
it's
as long as it's not the
maledict.
same weapon, it seems that you can do it.
Yeah, it's your maledicts that are limited.
Yeah, the maledicts are unfortunately useless in this part. Actually, maybe not against these little dudes, but I can only use the same rights for one thing. So, for example, if I use it on me, it drops for everybody else.
Yes.
Okay. Well. I'm going to save it for the time being, anyways.
Okay. Anything else?
Actually, wait.
Go on.
Oh,
Pressing you. I'm going to press you here because.
Yeah. Oh, fuck a duck. I am going to just shoot 2 arrows.
Okay, who are you shooting
at? The 2 of them are injured anyways from thunder damage, didn't they?
All of yes, yeah. So two of them are.
So 1 each.
Okay, perfect.
So the first one these rolls have been awful, but they are hitting. 15.
Yep, hits.
And so that was 8 points damage.
Okay, as it thunks in, it drops to the ground and it's breathing heavy and barely even able to stand, but you can see it's still just trying to like grab hold of her ankle or anything.
That's annoying.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Like very, very close.
And then the other one, that's missed. That's 10.
Okay, let me actually check that one. Let's check in. Just hits.
Just hits. Oh, wow.
You met it.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Like 6 points damage. That's the lowest amount of damage I could drop.
Okay, and as it hits into the shoulder again, this one keeps going, but you have successfully dealt damage to each of them. Anything else from you?
No, nothing right now. Dante will move. Actually, why not? Nah, Dante will stay where he is.
Okay. Over far in the corner, over this side on the left, there is a column flash of magic. I don't know if anyone of you would recognize it from this distance, but it's in the distance and nothing happens afterwards that gives you any indication that it was to do with you.
Teleportation circle.
Something along those lines, yeah. And as we come to Eleni's turn, can everybody give me a strength save, please? Sorry, everyone in the cave. As the entire cavern once again begins to rumble and shake. Bits of rock crumbling from the ceiling.
What is it again?
20,
Strength.
22.
Strength save.
22.
23.
Okay.
Nah, 20, 21.
Woo.
Oh, nice. Okay, so everyone standing their ground firm. You see that Tabitha falls. The three creatures also stumble to the ground. They're all just knocked prone. You would see the driver of the Wayfinder manages to keep their feet, and the body almost like as it shudders, you see the ripples as if it was water up through the gem that just ends as it meets the more solid gem-like structures of it.
Of what? The big thing, you mean?
Monster.
Yeah, so it's almost like as it rumbles up through the ground, it's like wobbly all up the legs, but as it hits the like solid sections, it just stops. You know, you see the ripple, but it just ends as if it hits a solid surface. As we come to Eleni.
Right.
So you
Tabitha's
become visible,
infected.
and the second you become visible, the creature that's nearest to you like snaps in your direction.
But you said they're on the ground.
They are prone.
Okay. Is Tabitha still Tabitha, but obviously has pustules and stuff?
Tabitha is swearing and like, fuck that, shit, get him off me, fuck, like trying to, but
Right.
and doesn't see, she herself isn't like, oh my god, what's that? She's like, fuck that, fuck, shit, get off, like she's in pure fight and flight mode right now.
Right. I don't know if I can do all of this in one go.
Give it a
So
go.
first of all, I want to drop the keg of gunpowder.
Okay.
I don't know. Can I talk this through before I do it? I want to drop the keg of gunpowder. I want to grab Tabitha because isn't she little?
Yeah, she's a no.
So I want to grab Tabitha, stick her under my arm like I do with volume.
Well,
Then I want to move away, obviously risking an opportunity attack, but he's prone, right?
yeah, so it'll be disadvantage.
And then I want to shoot the gunpowder. Can I do all of that in one go?
Yeah, because I think the
'Cause the
grabbing
grapple's one
Tabitha could
attack,
technically be a grab, yeah, a grapple,
and then the
and then the
shoot's the other
move,
attack, and the
yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
and I'm just dropping. I'm going to use that as my free action if that's okay. I'm literally just dropping the gunpowder.
Literally. It does like it doesn't like break and spill, but there's almost like that heavy thud and crack as it wasn't a nice drop as it just settles on the floor. You reach out and grab Tabitha, who
Yeah.
is not going to resist.
And then I'm going to go.
Initially to resist.
I'm
She's not going
literally
to
just going
properly
to say,
resist, but
come. I'm going to
she
say,
would.
come with me. I'm just going to be
Yeah.
like, come on. And
Okay.
then I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 down to
Oh,
here.
so the attack as the hand wildly reaches out from the ground was a nat 20 for a disadvantaged 19 saves you from
Oh,
the, so I think the
it does
19
hit
still
though.
hit,
Yeah.
but it saves you from the nat 20.
Wow.
As just wildly, and Eleni, this is almost like just fingers,
Yeah.
not like a full hand, but like the bottom of their fingers graze your calf.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You take 7 necrotic damage as your blood boils for a moment, almost like stabbing, twitching pain, almost like cramps right in your calf. And can you give me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Do I have to?
Yeah, please.
16?
Okay. You see the red veins pulsing up your leg, but as they take away the hand, it doesn't form into the pustules and rash that you've seen on the others.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So yeah, can we move her with me?
You
And
are
then
able to move her away, yes.
yeah, and then I'm gonna shoot at the gunpowder barrel, which is hopefully
Okay.
at their feet.
Yeah, so
So longbow.
it's a
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh,
roll me the D100 and let's see what it says.
Damn.
Shoot Tabitha instead.
But then if I've missed it, it's still there, and someone else can shoot it,
It's
right?
still there.
63.
That used to not be a thing.
63. I know this is what happens when I make my own thing and Liam likes it. Basically, I've sprained my ankle and I'm now at half movement. As I stand for the attack, I
Okay,
do to move my
so
ankle.
so as you run forwards, you drop you try to put down Tabitha
No, it's
gently.
as I do with the attack. So I've
No, I know. This
already
is what I'm
put
saying.
her
Yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You put her. You try to put down Tabitha gently, whipping around and moving with the bow. And as you step, the rumble, a rumble through the cavern again, and you slip against the stalagmite, firing off the arrow that hits just above, deflecting away from the keg.
Okay, and yeah, I'm at half speed. I am gonna shout out, shoot the gunpowder, just in case the others didn't see that. And I do have a bonus action still, and I'm
Yep.
gonna down a potion.
Okay, down that potion.
2d4 plus 2. 7.
That's so much better than mine.
Well, it's not enough.
Okay. You would see further up now 3. You see them like, no fucking shit, and they start like running full pelt away. So they 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Action move. And they full speed start sprinting the other way up the cavern.
Cowards.
Tabitha, seeing you shout about the barrel,
Yeah.
will turn. You see her fingers lighting up as she's going to firebolt at it.
Good.
Okay, a dirty 20 to hit it. So you see the firebolts in. So it's a 10-foot radius circle.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, let me check the radius. Yep, 10 feet radius. So 10 foot from.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
So yeah, exactly that. So all of them are going to be in it. They all need to make a DC 12 dex
Disadvantage
save.
because they're all lying down.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I will take that.
thank you.
So the first one rolled a 2 and a nat 20. The second one rolls a 2 and a 5. The third one got a 15 and a 2. So they definitely all failed. And I'll give it, yeah, even though Tabitha fired the shot, I'll give it to Eleni for Eleni being the instigator. Would you like to roll 7d6?
Ooh.
Ooh-wee.
26.
As the firebolt hits it, there's a loud boom, and the whole, all 3 of them are blown backwards as they're coated in flames. They start writhing and as they're just writhing backwards and forwards. Hey, Lenny, interesting thing to note. Doesn't burn away the pustules, doesn't affect that at all. They stay the writhing monsters as they scream and cry and finally settle as they die from the flames.
So it's got to be magical fire. Because that's normal fire, isn't it? The gunpowder fire.
Mhm.
I feel bad now for those kids.
Well, the keg is fine. It's gone.
Think of it like this: they were harassing a dog, and they stole stuff from all of us, or at least me.
I still don't think they were harassing that dog. That's how you saw that. I think they wanted the dog to help them.
I think they wanted to capture the dog to use it for like.
As a guard dog to help them against.
Yeah, but also as like a. Well, while the dog's fighting them, we can run.
Maybe.
Okay. Anything? No, sorry, that was Tabitha. So, Volu.
What the hell am I going to do now? Because they're all dead.
Well, we hope they're all dead.
They're all on the ground burning.
So yeah, these two in the river are just down from arrow shots. The three that are here are like on fire. Their corpses are now fully alit. Again, almost like they still reacted as if they were flammable. That there's still that like that, you know what I mean? Like it's not. It doesn't
Right.
look like it's struggling to burn. It is burning away. But it wasn't for Eleni. It definitely wasn't the same.
So realistically, we've only got this one dude, the rider,
Yeah.
to look at.
Yeah, he's the only one
Oh.
left.
But we're not gonna get anywhere near him.
So the question is, do we do a runner now, or do we try and fight Big Dude?
I mean, we are the furthest we could possibly be from anywhere.
How
Madam
did I?
Oracle's lot have gone, haven't they?
Yeah, they've ran as well. How did I react to the purple and red?
I mean, how did you? It looks very, very similar to your visions, and it. I would say that there's definitely a feeling of dread, a feel that pit in the bottom of your
Yeah,
stomach.
if it's the same as my dreams, then I'd be like, okay, we've done what we can do. We need to spare a fight for another day, and we need to leave. We need to go. I'm just gonna shout that out.
Okay.
Oh.
Anything else from you, Volley? Do you want to start going, or are you going to wait for the others?
Yeah, I'll move. Yeah, I'll move 25.
Okay. Ichi.
As sorry,
Sorry, go on.
just after he's kind of like shouted that out,
Actually,
just purely because you're next to me, you probably just like Dante just turn like just says, oh, "Shut up."
I'll kind of give him a double glance, and I'll be like, "Oh, sorry," and kind of just scurry away.
Aww. Justice for Bolo.
As we come back to Ichi. Ichi, you are 200, 250 away from from the finishing line. Maybe 2-3 rounds tops. You almost know that because of the beginning was like a jump, you're gonna, during the third turn will be when you cross the line, but you will still have movement. So obviously thinking about whether you're gonna go on or turn or how you're gonna do it. But you're pulling in, you're getting another 90 foot down. As now that you are like in the last 150, there are people left and right on stands, on stages, floating, different people, and keeping your perception from earlier. You are spotting guards, you are spotting other official people, but you are still passing them at quite a speed.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'll just maintain the course.
Okay. Top of the round. As you look up, you hear the gargled cries of rock and granite scraping together. And as that rock and granite gets to a higher and higher pitch, it almost merges with the sound of a person crying out in pain as the known driver of the Desert Hopper that had been previously subsumed is spat out the other side of the golem, corrupted and pustuled.
Shit.
As they almost like leaving a birthing sac, burst from the amorphous form and drop to the floor. It fixes its gaze in your again. The issue is now is there is prey that is closer.
We're like 200 plus feet away from it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would. It would go after him. You would see it definitely does look in your direction, and there's almost like again this like gurgled cry as it sort of looks over in the direction of the fallen and the burning pile of bodies. What languages do we speak? Just to check. I know we've got Fey and Primordial in there. Are there any other of the weird ones?
Who's going first?
Sylvian.
Sylvan.
Sylvan.
I've got Sylvan and Abyssal and Draconic, Dwarvish Giant.
I've got, along with Common, I've got Deep Speech, Giant, Primordial.
Okay, so
And that
no understanding in the language in the crying out. Interestingly, though, Dante, you would be probably the one here that would know this just off the bat without a roll. Golems can't normally speak. They understand the language of their creator. They can't normally make sound. As it then does sort of turn and will double move to get up and behind. Actually, no, it would. Yes, it would. It would double move to get right up behind him. However, unable to attack. As we come to Dante, you would notice that the gnome that pops out does begin to stand up and move, but again, like the others were in the first place, they're just sort of like wandering aimlessly. They're not like directed, if that makes sense. And we move straight to Dante.
Can you remind me what happened to this car?
This closest one.
Yeah.
It was thrown, so it's almost like if you imagine, like if a bike was wrapped around a lamppost, it's almost doing that around a stalagmite. And you did see when you approached earlier that there are small sparks. It doesn't look like it's going to explode, but there is definitely gunpowder spilling out, and the engine is exposed.
Oh, quick. Also, another thing. I've been trying to keep track of it. Is this our 8th turn?
I'll be honest, I don't know. I think so.
I've been trying to keep track of it. The only reason I'm asking that. Oh no.
No, it can't be 8th. It can't be 8th.
Well, there was 4 before.
Since we split.
Oh,
yeah.
you mean like?
I mean 4. Like, as to be fair, I've realised I've been counting for no reason because I was thinking when the elk would turn up, but it's not.
Elk's with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Wait. Maybe because it was you came down, you've moved forward. Well, maybe on 5th or 6th, maybe.
I think it's only 6 or 7. I don't think it's 8.
Yeah, it's definitely not 8.
Yeah, I feel like 6.
But yeah, sorry, Dante. Are you turning and running with Volu?
Very little else that I can do. So I am interested in something though, so I'm going to do something just a little bit stupid, but not majorly stupid, just more kind of nuisance. I'm going to move an action to get myself a little bit out of the stalactites.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to just shout out. Not even sure if it will even hear me. Pick on someone your own size. And at which point, because he knows he's done this before, he starts to feel the burn come up from the inside, and the flames start turning up as he begins to transform.
Okay, the hair starts to lift up into the air into its fiery form.
Super Saiyan like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And does that and have the fire just wrap around my arms, just become bigger, claws start to sharpen.
You see Dante grow a good foot as they bulk, flames licking off their body, claws elongating.
As I almost, this is not mechanics, but for flavour, he almost starts to hover slightly just from the ground. Like I said, not mechanics. And
The flame at the bottom of his feet makes it seem that he's levitating.
there you go. And a smile just kind of curls around his face as he does it. I want to see, is there a reaction?
So it definitely shifts, and like as in it turns as you light up, and then it is. You get the impression it's still doing what it's doing, but it is paying attention to you.
Mm-hmm. I wondered that. That's everything I can do. That's action movement bonus.
Okay. After which, Eleni.
Okay. That changes what I was going to do slightly. Volo's moving away.
Yep.
Okay. I am going to hobble at half speed. So 5, 10, 15. Sorry, hang on. I'm not sure what I can do. Can I try and hide in here even
Yeah.
as an action rather than, because obviously I'm not
Yeah, you can
not a
make a
rogue
stealth
or
check.
anything. So I'm going to make a stealth check and try and hide a bit because I don't want to get too far from Dante just in case. Oh shit, hang on, I might get a ruler. Not a thing. If you guys were closer, I could make us all really, really sneaky, but
I'm literally the light in the darkness right now.
no, I know.
A glowing beacon.
I mean, there's nothing for me to attack right now either, so I am just gonna hide here. I'm gonna do a stealth and I'm gonna hide, or try to. 19. But I will sort of have made sure Tabitha was watching me as I hide. That's all I can do. Like I said, I'm on a sprained ankle. Oh, bonus action, can I down another potion? And will that fix my ankle?
Well, it's only half speed for one turn, so I'll say yeah.
It actually was
Is it?
half speed.
Is it just half speed?
Half
Then
speed.
no.
Does it not?
No.
So if I've sprained my ankle and I down a
Well,
magical
no.
health potion,
You wrote it.
I
You wrote the
know.
thing.
We've previously done magical healing, fix broken bones.
You didn't specify in the writing magical healing. You actually haven't specified when it ends, but I will
I've just
say
said
magical
you're at half
healing
movement.
fixes it.
Yeah.
I will say the magical healing will fix it.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to down another potion. But that's me. 2d4 plus 2. That's another 5 health. Okay.
Okay. As Tabitha tries to keep up with you, you see that she moves forward but trips as you see that they are also at half speed. And as they trip and fall, they like spluttering, and you can see flecks of like red, like almost ichor, as they are going to use their action to move again and get behind the stalagmites. But you see, as she sort of sits down, she's like, I don't know, I'm so fucking tired.
Shit.
And Volu.
Well, that's seeing Dante changes everything. Literally, it's the opposite of
I
what
thought we
was
were
saying.
heading out of here.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, we still might. You don't know what he's.
yeah, but I'm gonna have to get close to figure that out. Because it might be that you can usher us out and just be like the bodyguard.
We don't want to put too much distance between us and you, though, in case you need support. Oh, you know, in case you go on a rampage. It's like, either one could happen.
When I do my double action to move back. Where was it? It was there. There you go.
You can always hold your action to move if you wanted.
In what
No, I was just checking it. No, I was checking if I can do my telepathy, but you're too far away. And I don't want to shout because you just shouted at me to be quiet.
Are you sure about that?
We need to get better at this.
Anything else, Volu?
No, that's it for now.
Okay, you see the rider tries to make an attempt to get away, but the creature, almost still looking at Dante, the liquid arm reaches out and almost like glue just fixes. Like, fuck, no, as they're like dragging the creature. And as we get to the top of the round, they subsume him.
Subsume? What a word.
They turn. And almost like he's frozen inside the crystal itself. You can see the silhouette of the person inside of their form. As they don't liquefy move, they just step forwards towards Dante very purposefully. But they only go half speed, you notice. They can't full speed while somebody is subsumed within them. As we are at the top of the round, can I have strength? Actually, so can you first of all roll a d6?
You may already be aware, but you've seen the time, yeah?
Yes, I am.
Cool.
All of us, or just the folks in the cave?
Just the folks in the cave, sorry, Ichi.
Better. I didn't know if this d6 was something else.
Yeah.
Oh, 6.
4.
2.
Okay, so can Dante and Eleni do me strength saves, please? And can Volu make me a deck save? As once again, the entire cavern begins to rumble and shake. Bits and bobs of things are falling from the ceiling and scattering to the ground.
Dirty 20.
13.
Oh no.
4.
Okay.
Why couldn't it have been a 1? I could have re-rolled.
Okay, so Eleni, as on normally pretty stable, but on your injured ankle or just healing ankle, as you are thrown to the side, you fall into a stalagmite. You see Tabitha also rocked as she knocks her head against some stones. So there's 2 points of damage to you, Eleni, as you are thrown about there. Dante with the dirty 20 in your new form just holds, staring at the creature as bits of rocks just even just slapping one aside that nearly falls on you. Volu, you're turning and running back, and a piece of ceiling just falls, and you don't see it coming as it lands directly on you. for 12 points of damage as you are crushed under a quite large boulder. And as you look back, you can hear more cracking and crumbling and bits of earth shattering. And you look back, and the entire ceiling and the crafted magical bridge is just crumbling away as large sections of it just... And as the dust settles and you look to see what is a good 100-foot section that is now almost a vertical cliff climb, that is where we will end this week's session.
Sorry, what was the vertical cliff line?
The winding bridge
they
that
made
they
it
built out
magical.
of magic.
Did Ichi get to go then?
Ichi got another 90 forwards and is
I was
basically...
gonna say we'll just start next episode with...
Yeah, Ichi is basically 40 foot from the finish line.
I just wanted
But
to
yeah,
check,
so
'cause,
essentially, Chris, for your... So the winding path up, it's as if, you know, like the old car tracks, you know, that you used to click together, the orange ones, that you like Hot Wheels things, yeah? Imagine that they made a Hot Wheels zigzag up the side of a vertical cliff.
Okay, and all that's just come down.
And there is a 100-foot section of it in the middle that is now completely gone because of the crumbling rock. It's still traversable, but it is now a 100-foot climb instead of running.
That's why it couldn't hold any weight, really. It was just there for a...
It's cool, we've got this.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is still possible to leave that way. You also know there are people incoming.
There better bloody had be people incoming. Did my raven actually get to anyone?
Yeah. It's just time, right? Like,
I know.
And it only flies as fast as an actual animal flies. So,
and also they can only respond so quickly.
Yeah.
I will say this was the reason why I was like, I didn't really want us to split the party just purely from Beecham's point of view. He's done nothing and he's going to have to come.
Hey, I've had a great time. This is the drama. I've just been able to be like, once again, tra la 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 la. I'm having a great time. Don't mind me.
Ichi, you need to come and heal us all, because seriously.
I was going to say,
you have to come in the other way, guns blazing.
Fully planning on basically the moment my vehicle crosses the line, hopping onto the elk, which is faster, and being like, right, we're fucking going.
Is it the Ride of the Valkyries? The da 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 coming in? Yeah, you need to do that.
So,
wow.
Thank you very much for playing. As always, thank you very much for listening. If you're enjoying the story so far, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. If you really enjoying it, maybe drop us a comment. We would love to see the comments on our podcast list for our podcast listeners and our YouTube listeners alike. And as always, roll well. Bye.